the first-class cargo area and also the business class. And some investigators are privately saying that that could mean that a bomb did blow apart the plane and that the front part of the plane fell first, and that this is remarkably similar to what happened during the Lockerbie disaster. But officially, investigators are telling us that they deal in facts, not theories, and that is what they continue to do today. They continue to gather facts. Divers today continuing to probe both debris sites. They're looking for an aluminum side panel which could provide needed clues. FBI New York Director James Kallstrom tells us that the evidence he needs could be 24 to 48 hours away. He said that yesterday, so we are expecting some kind of news today or tomorrow. Meanwhile, more ships on the site today. The Diane G, which has been contracted out to the Navy, is equipped with high-resolution laser that's able to take very clear pictures under the murky water. Also, the USS Grapple, which is the sister ship of the Grasp, is on its way. It has heavy lift capability. We're told it should be here by this afternoon. And also, divers do continue to bring up bodies. For them, this is day 12, and we spoke to some of the divers about their thoughts 100 feet below the surface.
It's a lot tougher than looking at wreckage because it just brings everything right back to the personal side of it. You know that the families are anxious and you want to do the very best that you can for them, and everyone is.
When you're picking up pieces of victims, you don't want to have that psychological attachment and know who they were, where they came from, that type of situation. We ask everyone in the recovery team.
Investigators are relying on those divers to bring them needed forensic evidence. The bodies, we're told, are bringing some clues, but nothing conclusive. I spoke to one source who's been very close to the investigation all along, and he says that the injuries, sure, they may be consistent with a bomb, but they're also consistent with any kind of plane crash or any kind of car crash for that matter. There are broken bones, pieces of debris, but nothing that yet can say this is a bomb. So we are expecting another update, a briefing from the NTSB and the FBI at 4 o'clock, and maybe by then we'll have more news. Reporting live from East Moriches, Long Island, I'm Carolyn Gussoff. Back now to you, TWA.
Carolyn, what's the key piece of evidence which will allow the federal authorities, the FBI in particular, to say this was in fact a bomb? What are they looking for?
TWA, I don't think that they're saying that there's any one piece that they're looking for. I think when James Kallstrom said it could be 24 hours, it could be 48 hours, he means that maybe the next piece brought up will have that bit of evidence, be it explosive residue or the way the metal is shaped, something that gives a telltale sign of a bomb. But it could be the next piece, it could be the 50th piece. He says he still doesn't know.
Okay, thank you very much, Carolyn. And there are more developments in the search at sea. Another high-tech ship is getting ready to take part in this operation. For that side of the story, let's go up to Chopper 4 above the scene of the crash. Tom Frick is aboard Chopper 4. Tom?
TWA, what you're looking at here is a recovery barge about a mile south of the Grasp. As you can see, a very large piece of what appears to be the fuselage on the recovery barge. You can see the distinctive red and white stripe along the side of it. As we just iris down here a little bit, the bottom side of it, the side on the left-hand side of your screen, very clearly is a silver, like the bottom of an aircraft. On the right-hand side of the large piece, it's about a 15-piece of fuselage, distinctly curved like the side of a 747, has the cutouts that are distinctly of a window. This barge just rushed here with 3 others. At the end, you can see a large crane. It just lifted a very large, as I pan just a little bit to the left here and try and center it up, it just lifted a very large piece of debris out of the water. It's a very mangled with a lot of wire, appears to have a lot of wires attached to it. This is some of the largest pieces of debris we've seen come up since the wing a few days ago. The wing and the wheel, nose wheel from 2 days ago. Clearly, they've just rushed to this area. There's probably going to be a couple other pieces coming up to it. We just saw 4 other ships rushing to this general area as they just brought up this one piece just a few moments ago. Again, you can clearly make out the distinctive red and white stripe on the side of it. TWA?
Tom, I know you're far away from the actual debris. What are you, about 600 feet or something? Or how far away are you right now?
TWA, we're 6,050 feet above the area, 6,050 feet looking down through a 1,000-millimeter lens. So this is very far away from us. It's over a mile away from us right now. But again, you can clearly make out there on the inside of the piece that they've just lifted up that appears to be the inside of the fuselage itself. You can see the distinctive honeycomb pattern of the support structure on the inside of the fuselage. And as it starts to swing into view, you can even see some of the red stripe on the outside, what appears to be a red stripe on the outside of the fuselage, TWA.
Tom, Chopper 4 never ceases to amaze us. I didn't realize how far away you are. But you know, on the far left of your screen, or on our screen, we see what looks like a curved piece of debris. It looks to be about 20 to 30 feet long. It looks broken up. It almost looks as if there might be some chairs on that. So can you see that?
Yes, you can make it out. It's a very mangled piece of debris from here. But again, you can make out what appears to be. You can, on the other side, we distinctly made out what was a honeycomb pattern, and on this side, you can distinctly make out what appear to be the colors of the distinctive colors on the outside of an aircraft, similar to that very large piece that they have. You can compare it to the size of the crew members that are walking on the deck. It appears to be about 15 feet long by about 10 feet wide. That appears to be the side of an aircraft, where the windows would be on the upper portion, and the silver portion that we see at the lower portion of the screen, that appears to be the underside or the belly of the 747.
So in fact, Tom, this could be the critical cargo bay area, would it not, in the front?
It could be, but from the way the red stripes are narrowing toward the end of it, this appears to be closer to the tail. Just purely speculation. Could be the nose or the tail at one end of the red stripe.
Okay. Tom Frick and Chopper 4, thank you very much. It's been a long and tearful ordeal for the families of the victims of Flight 800, and late this morning, some of those family members held a news conference at Kennedy Airport. News Channel 4's Dave Browder is live now at JFK to continue our coverage. Dave?
The families of the victims of Flight 800 were briefed this morning early by the National Transportation Safety Board. What they were told is that there have been 158 bodies recovered, 152 of them positively identified. But of course, that leaves more than 70 still unaccounted for. And that is one of the things that has rubbed nerves here a little raw.
A little bit later.
For the families waiting here, each passing hour makes it more difficult, and some are saying they're very unhappy with even the thought they might have to leave without the bodies of their loved ones.
Our main concern is simply the priority of this investigation being to recover the victims. At this point, we are not comfortable with that being the #1 priority.
We believe that the investigation may be taking priority over the recovery of the bodies.
Tensions are running high, and not just at the hotel where flags fly at half-staff. Across the airport, a pilot thought he saw something suspicious on his plane. He summoned the bomb squad. It turned out to be a false alarm. Mark Carroll's brother Jacques is still missing. He was in the first-class cabin of TWA Flight 800 when it made its fiery final plunge. The Carroll family is among 50 families still here, waiting for word, getting counseling from the Red Cross.
Not having the body is the most painful thing that can occur to us. Our aim, our goal here is to get the bodies quicker and take him back to France.
I think it's important for people to now begin to face the possibility, and I think families are, and it's a very, very difficult possibility to face, that they might not recover their loved one.
That possibility is particularly unpalatable to some here. Some of them have complained to us that the FBI is holding on to luggage that belonged to their dead relatives. Of course, the FBI needs that for evidence, but the people here say they want it back as quickly as possible because it's the last thing they have of those who are now gone. Reporting live from Kennedy Airport, I'm Dave Browder, News Channel 4. Now back to the studio.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you, Tom. Atlanta now, and the latest on that terror bombing. Investigators say they have several good leads to whomever was responsible for the Saturday morning blast. The explosion came during a concert in Olympic Park, killing 2 people, injuring more than 100 and sending Atlanta into chaos for a time. But today, a defiant Atlanta plans to reopen Olympic Park to the public tomorrow. Security will be tightened and visitors can expect random searches of their bags. And investigators say they're confident that they'll be able to solve the crime quickly. We'll have the very latest on the bombing during our extended live coverage from the Olympics on Live at 5. One final note to tell you about, if you're using the Port Authority bus terminal this afternoon, it's been closed for about an hour for a police investigation. It remains closed right now. We'll keep you posted for the reopening with news on the hour. We're now going to show Days of Our Lives in its entirety, and scheduling's been juggled, so you won't miss any of it. This has been an update from News Channel 4. Thank you for watching. I'm TWA Chang.